Good afternoon, everyone. Professor Abhay Bansal is the Dean of Computer Science and the Computer of Applied Science, the International Relation and Corporate Outreach. With over 29 years industry and academic experience, he has contributed more than 110 plus papers in various international journals and conferences of repute. He also worked with various research and academic collaborative with many top world's universities, Sama University, University of Queens. He also conferred many awards to his name. Few of them are Best Citizen of India Award 2012, Life 2020, Global 2021, Award on Engineering 2020. Abhay Bansal.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. Hope you can see my slide. Yeah,
It's visible.
yeah. So, very good afternoon to all the participants. And on behalf of Bennett University, which is Times of India Group, I heartily welcome Professor Dr. Surtaj Sahni, who is Distinguished Professor from University of Florida. Thank you, Professor Sahni, for spending your valuable time to be with us so early in the morning in US. And your coming so early in the morning shows that how passionate you are and how well you are with us to ensure the best learning experience for the students. So we welcome you and thanks for your time to be with us. And I'm sure today's session, which we are organizing for a collaborative pathway, uh, because Professor Sani, every student and parent who are taking admission in our Bennett engineering program, they always have an aspiration that how they can get job in Fortune 500 company, how they can get job in US with the best salary, best balance between their professional and personal life. So that is the purpose we have organized this webinar. Professor Sani, just for your reference also, I'm sure you are aware, Bennett University is under Times of India Group, which has 180 years of legacy, known group in media in Asia. We welcome you. We have 180 years of a leading change, 50 plus leading brand, 50 plus digital businesses across industries, 850 plus startups which have been funded, 40,000 plus advertisers and corporate networks, 16,000 plus employees. These are the few initiative of Times of India Group. I'm sure everybody knows about them. I'm just running through. These are a very strong industry academia partnership we have done to ensure the best learning experience of our students to make our student industry ready. Professor Tani will be happy to see industry advisory board which we have. We have top who's and who's of the best company known nationally and internationally to ensure that what it is expected by them, we have realigned our curriculum so that we fulfill the expectation, dream and desire what industry is looking for from young engineers. We have a program in a B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering, BCA, BSc Honors, MCA, MTech. Professor Sani, I have also discussed with you, we are coming up with BCA Honors, which will be a 4-year bachelor degree program in which a student will be interested to go for a unique pathway with University of Florida. BSc Computing also we are coming up with 4-year program. These are the program under School of Computer Science, Engineering and Technology. We have School of Engineering and Applied Science, where we have Electronics and Communication Engineering, Electronics Engineering and Computing, Mechanical Engineering, Biotech, Engineering Physics, and BSc Physics Honors. We also have a School of Management, School of Law, Times, School of Media, School of Liberal Arts, offering various programs. What we have done, dear students and parents who have attended this session, we have done a lot of survey. And what we could find out, salary which you always look for, there are different salaries as per the survey. In India, average salary is around $8,900. If you go and work in UK, average salary is around 73,000 is an average salary per annum. If you go in Australia and work in Australian IT company, you're going to get salary around 90,000. And if you go in US, you're going to get $100,000. But this is not a limit. Even we have few alumni in US who are getting $150,000 also with Fortune 500 company like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. So these are an average salary which I'm showing you. And that is the reason we have created some unique pathway for you, that if you're interested to get job in US, what can be the best pathway to fulfill your dream and desire to get job in US companies. Because we always say there's no shortcut for success. There are pathways which are available, which we have introduced in our curriculum, by which you will be in a position to get into this pathway. Professor Sani, we have around 200 plus international tie-ups with many universities in US, UK, Canada, Australia, Dubai, France, Switzerland, Germany, even for the reference of students also, all over world. Whichever country I'm sure you are dreaming and desiring, we have partners in those countries. These are the logos of where University of Florida is a very prestigious partner for us. These are the various types of international collaboration, dear students and parents, we are offering for you to ensure the best learning experience of your ward. Exchange program where they can go for academic, cultural and research exchange. Student mobility, they can go for visiting student program. They can go for a full semester program as a part of B.Tech, BCA and others. They can go for summer school program, research program, certificate program. We get a lot of research projects from foreign university where students are going and taking experience and exposure. We do a lot of webinars, roundtable discussions, panel discussions by which you are getting connected with what top university, what top researchers to ensure your best learning experience. These are a few innovative programs and tie-up which we have. We have with the University of Florida, which Professor Surtaj Sahni will be giving a lot of insights that what this unique program is, where as a part of B.Tech you can go and do a semester and do master level course so that your master duration can be reduced by 6 months. In US, master program is 1.5 years, but through this pathway, you will be in a position to get master degree with B.Tech from university, from Bennett University in 5 years. It's a very unique program. We also have with the University of Missouri, Kansas City. We also have with George Mason University, and there are many more we are coming up with. So based on your interest, we are going to give you offer. The best advantage which we have from University of Florida during 8th semester of your B.Tech, you can go to University of Florida and you can get F1 visa in 7th semester. It will be a guaranteed admission to MS Computer Engineering based on minimum criteria or GRE and CGPA you are going to get when you do semester at University of Florida, and also B.Tech which you are going to do it with us. You might be knowing admission into University of Florida, which is top 10 public university of USA, is not so easy. Even a student with GRE score of 320 are not having guarantee to get B.Tech computer science, computer engineering admission in University of Florida. But with the help and guidance of Professor Sani, some relaxation has been given where 305 GRE will be sufficient. And students who are going for a master program with this pathway, they are going to get $4,500 scholarships also. And through these tie-ups, we have seen B.Tech students who have gone, they have got job in Fortune 500 companies like Google, Microsoft, USA. I'm sure these are the companies you all are dreaming. So if you are interested, this can be a pathway so that accordingly you can make up your mind. Uh, now, uh, uh, now we have got Professor Surtaj Sahni. I'm sure many of you are aware, you know Professor Dr. Surtaj Sahni. He's a very renowned personality in field of computer science. He's member of, even fellow member of IEEE, ACM, AAAS, and he's very well known. Many of you who has done algorithm might have referred his book on algorithm, and he has received a lot of awards, and he has contributed towards theory of NP-hard and NP-complete problems. I'm sure you might be knowing it's a very popular problems. Dr. Sahani has over 420 research papers, 50 textbooks, 15 textbooks. He has 15 patents in his credit. He's very well known and reviewer of world top journals. So with this, I request Professor Sani to take this session further and give insight that how a student of Bennett University can take a pathway, can get into University of Florida, which is top 10 public university of USA. Fees which is being charged by University of Florida, what I could see, it is one of the lowest in USA. Professor Sahni, to you now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bansal, for this opportunity to address Bennett students. I'm sure the students at Bennett are aware that Bennett has been participating in the senior certificate program for the last several years. In fact, in the most recent offering in spring, I think we had maybe close to 20 students from Bennett came here, and we certainly look forward to their continued participation and also increase in the number of students from Bennett University who come here for this program, and then who ultimately transition into our masters in either computer science or computer engineering programs offered by my department. I'll give a brief overview of the program and then entertain any questions people may have. So let me share my screen.
Yes. Even we have got our team also. Nipun is there. Yes, Nipun. It's really nice to see you, Rakshita, Professor. They are our strong team members of uh, International Relation and Corporate Outreach. We have also joined by our senior faculties of School of Computer Science, Engineering Technology. I could see Anurag, Indrajit, and our program coordinator, Kundan. Yes, all are there. Oh, Professor, you can get the button for share.
Well, I have the share button, but it's not showing my PowerPoint.
Okay.
All right.
If any problem, yes, I could see now. It is sharing your screen, then you can
All
switch.
right, let me open the PowerPoint. All right, do you see the PowerPoint?
Yes. Yeah, I
Oh,
can
okay.
see now. You can do full screen. Perfect.
All right, great. All right, so let's have a brief overview of the program. In case anybody needs to contact me, my email is here, and feel free to send an email. All right, so the University of Florida is located in the southeast part of the country. We're in Florida, and actually we are somewhere up here in the northern part of the country. Probably better view in from this map here. At present, I believe we are ranked number 5 amongst public universities, even though my slide here shows 7, the most recent one moved us to number 5. We are ranked around 34 amongst all universities in the country. We have a very large campus. It's about 2,000 acres. There are lakes on the campus. There are forests and all kinds of things. And we have over 50,000 students. So it's a very large campus. At any given time, hello? So at any given time, we probably have 1,000 or more students of Indian origin on campus. All right, here's a view of part of the campus. This is the computer science and engineering building over here. And as you can see, there's a lot of trees all around. And my office is kind of here in that corner. The other side of the building has this interesting sculpture, which we fondly refer to as French fries from hell. And if you look at them carefully, it'll probably remind you of French fries. All right, getting to the certificate program itself. It's a 1-semester resident program, so you need to be here in Gainesville. At present, we are running the program only in the spring semester. So that's beginning the first week of January and going up to about the middle of May. And the credits you do in this certificate program will be counted towards the completion of your undergraduate degree back at Bennett University. We have students coming from many different universities. I think last spring we had students from maybe about 10 universities. The certificate itself requires you to complete 12 credits of courses from my department, which is the Computer Information Science and Engineering department. You'll get to choose from a large subset of the courses we're going to be offering that semester to fourth-year undergraduate students as well as to master's students. In order to get the certificate, you need to get a grade of C or better in each course. To be admitted into the certificate program, you need to be enrolled in a bachelor's computer science engineering program at Bennett University. You need to have a current GPA of at least B, and you need to have good English communication skills. Now, in the case of students who are coming from India, we do not require the test of English and any test of English language for admission into the certificate program, though this is required for students coming from other countries into the certificate program. Although TOEFL is not required for admission into the certificate program, as we'll see soon, it is required for admission into the master's program. As Dr. Bansal mentioned, this program provides a pathway for admission into the master's programs offered by my department. And admission is guaranteed if you meet the criteria listed here. You need to have a B or better in your junior and senior years at Bennett University. So that would be your third and fourth years. Of course, half of your fourth year grades are coming from us using whatever formula Bennett uses to transfer grades from our system into yours. You need to have a B or better GPA in the 12 credits you take here with no grade below a C. You need a GRE score that's at least 305. And as Dr. Bansal said, this is a major relaxation from what is normally needed to get admitted into our master's program. Typically, at the lower end of admission into the master's program, the GRE scores are around 320. We're able to provide this relaxation mainly because of the second criterion here, which is you have demonstrated your ability to perform in our system, whereas students coming through the regular channel haven't been in our system, and we don't really know how well they're going to perform once they move to our system. So since you would have demonstrated ability to succeed, we're able to lower the GRE score quite a bit. You also need a test of English score of 80. So as I said before, you don't need TOEFL, you don't need GRE to get into the certificate program, but you do need them eventually to get into the master's program. If you're coming here for the certificate program in January, it's a good idea to take both the GRE and TOEFL before you come, because you really won't have time to take these during your spring semester here. You're going to be pretty busy with your courses. And That means if you don't take these exams by sometime in December, your earliest opportunity would probably be at the end of May, and this could impact your ability to get admitted in time to come here at the end of August for the start of your master's program. So to avoid delay in completing the paperwork, including getting a visa and so on to come back here for the master's program, it's a good idea to take the GRE and TOEFL before you come here in January. Besides the guarantee of admission into the master's program, there are other advantages to the program. Those who do come here to the master's program can transfer graduate courses taken in the certificate program in which you get a grade of B or better. Typically, students take 3 credits of undergraduate courses and 9 credits of graduate courses or master's courses. And so you have the potential to transfer up to 9 credits or 3 courses into our master's program. That works out to about a 1 semester load in the master's program and ties into what Dr. Bansal said earlier, that the master's program typically takes 1.5 years, but since you'll be coming with 1 semester of transfer credits, you would really need only 2 semesters to finish the master's program. Now, that said, most of the students who come here into the master's program through the certificate program opt not to finish 1 semester early. Instead, they opt to do 2 internships with companies, 1 in the summer and 1 in the following semester. And that gives them the opportunity to choose between 2 companies for their future job. So while you will be able to graduate in 1 year, the majority of students voluntarily decide to graduate in 1.5 years rather than in 1 year. The certificate program has a cost associated with it. There is a tuition cost, which works out to $5,520, which is a significant sum of money, especially when you convert it into Indian rupees. The tuition has not increased in the last probably 7-8 years, mainly because the University of Florida is under a tuition freeze. I do not know when the tuition freeze will be lifted, but when it is, the tuition will go up. So I can't guarantee that spring 24 tuition will be the same as what it was in spring 23, but this is what it was in the most recent offering of this program and what it has been for the last many years. In addition, you incur costs to get here. So you have to pay for the airfare, you have to pay your living expenses, and whatever else expenses you might incur. So you're really looking at a cost that may be closer to $10,000 rather than the $5,000, which is just the tuition. However, even though the cost is significant, for those of you who are interested in doing a master's, if you do the math, since you'll be transferring 9 credits into the program, the amount of money you're going to save by not having to pay for those 9 credits when you come here to do your master's is more than the cost of the program itself. And so if you add up the cost of completing your master's with us, plus the cost of the certificate program, it will be less than the cost of just coming here and doing all 30 credits of the master's program without having gone through the certificate program. So with taking that into account, this certificate program is really a no-cost program for those of you who want to come here to do a master's. All right, so the program has many advantages. It provides an international experience at one of the leading public universities in the country. You get to double count the credits you do here for the certificate program. They count towards your bachelor's completion requirement at Bennett, and the master's level courses you take, they will count towards the master's completion requirement here, provided, of course, you get a B or better in those master's level courses. Your chances of admission to the master's program are greatly improved. If you're trying to get into our master's program through the normal channel, you would typically need an A minus GPA at Bennett, and you'd also need a GRE of about 305. I've already mentioned that some of the certificate credits, the master's level credits, will transfer into the master's program. And since the certificate credits are much cheaper than the cost of master's credits when you come here, the certificate program is essentially free. Okay, all right, so that's a quick summary of the program. I will now open it up to any questions anybody might have.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Professor Sahni, for giving insight about this wonderful program. And dear students, many of you might be having aspiration doing bachelor from US, but we have given you a pathway where with bachelor you can do master in 5 years rather than 5.5 years. So you're going to save 6 month duration, and you're going to get a scholarship. And when you go and do semester in undergraduate program, your fees is almost half what it is after graduation. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Professor Sahni. Professor Sahni, I was talking to a lot of students. I've got some messages. They're asking which visa they're going to get and what will be the validity of that visa.
Well, for the certificate program, I believe we are now doing F1 visas, but the validity of that F1 visa, you can probably enter the country about 30 days before the start of the certificate program, and you can stay for maybe about 30 days after the program. When you're coming back for a master's, we will be issuing new I-20s, which will be valid for the master's program, and you'd have to get a new F1 visa.
Okay. So F1 visa, which they're going to get, most probably it will be for 5 years, which generally
No.
they give.
Well, for the certificate program, it will just be like a 6-month F1.
Yes. Right.
For the master's program, the F1 would probably be, I'm not sure, maybe it's like a 2-year or a 3-year F1.
Yeah, what I have seen in the past, because they give for 5 years, because they have got OPT also post that. So,
Okay.
so 2 years is a study and 3 years post study. So they sometimes give for 5 years. So students are also asking when they go for certificate program, and if they don't want to come back to India, they want to continue their master program, can they stay in US? Yeah, they have to come back to India.
No, you can't, because the visa will expire before the start of the master's program.
Okay.
And in fact, the gap between the completion of the certificate and the start of the fall semester is about 3 months. Yes. So I don't really know why you would want to stay here for 3 months.
Right. So they can come back, take degree, and then they can go back and continue their masters.
Right. So as far as I know, everybody goes back to India like the middle of May or end of May, and then they all come back around the middle of August or third week of August.
Yes,
So.
Yes, that's great. Even what I've seen in the past, Professor Sahni, when they got F1 visa in 7th semester of a B.Tech, when they have come back, they don't have to apply for F1 again. Only they need to get letter from University of Florida, so that same visa, which is valid for 5 years, can allow them to enter. There are students, they're asking how many hours they can work per week, and how many years they get post-study work rights in US.
Well, during the certificate program, you're really not supposed to be doing any work. Okay. In fact, during the certificate program, you're going to be very busy with your courses because 12 credits is a very intense load. And at that time, your objective is to meet the criteria for admission into the master's program. So you don't want to be distracted by non-academic activities. Once you come into the master's program, after you've been here 2 semesters, you're eligible to do an internship off campus. So you could work full time during that summer after your 2 semesters, doing an internship at a company. Typically, internships are paying $7,000 a month or more. During the academic year, you're eligible for on-campus jobs, and you're allowed to work for up to 20 hours a week on an on-campus job. Again, typically on-campus jobs don't pay you a whole lot of money, and I don't advise people taking low-paid on-campus jobs unless you manage to get a job that also pays your tuition. If you're just getting like $12 an hour or $14 an hour, which might sound like a lot of money when you multiply it by 80 and convert to rupees, your true worth is probably like $90 an hour, or 60, 70, 80, $90 an hour. And so working for $14 an hour is not a good deal. You're better off focusing on your academics, getting a better GPA, and that might lead to a job, a higher paying job with a more reputable company than if you let your GPA suffer taking a low paying on campus job. Once you graduate, you'll be eligible for full-time employment under what Dr. Bansal mentioned, the OPT visa. And I'm not sure whether that's now 18 months or 24 months of OPT you can do. But in that time, most students transfer over to an H1 visa and then eventually to a permanent resident status.
Right. Some students are asking, Professor Sahni, in University of Florida, you do some job fair. Yeah, which kind of company you're getting? Because I know University of Florida placements are very good. Top companies are coming on campus, and students got those opportunity on campus. So can you put some light on that? Which all companies coming and when you do?
Right. So there are 2 types of job fairs being run on campus. There are job fairs that are being run by the department, which are limited to students within the department. Typically, that takes place in the fall semester. It's an opportunity to find internships for the coming summer and just get to know some of the corporate recruiters. We typically get of the order of 30 computing firms coming there. The university operates its own job fair, and that's run every semester. And there, of the order of 500 companies come. It's a massive affair. As you might imagine, with 50,000 students, we cover almost every discipline. So almost every company, no matter what discipline they're in, can find students from our campus to work for them. So there are those opportunities available for you to meet with company representatives and hopefully find an internship or a long-term job. Many companies in the US use the internship as a way to find their permanent employees.
Right. So that's perfect. And I've seen many students who have gone in past, they have got wonderful internship. And best part, dear student, in US, if you get a good internship, you can get $5,000 to $7,000 per month. They pay you full salary on internship. And if you get higher, you get a good salary. Professor Sahni, what's an average salary you have seen your master students they're going to get in university after doing master from University of Florida?
Well, first, I'd say there's quite a range in salaries. If you're going for some of the name brand companies, you're probably getting about $120,000. If you are going for smaller, not as well-known companies, you might be getting around 70,000, 80,000. But I would say that people who have a GPA that is like 3.75 or higher, they're all doing more than 100,000 a year.
Yes, that's great. And that is the purpose. Dear students, it's a wonderful opportunity, $120,000 salary in company like Google. And we have seen in past, many of our alumni, they have got such salaries. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And that is the reason, Professor Sani, we are interested. Maximum students should go for these opportunities by which they can get master. And even there are quota which has been kept for master students, 25,000. H1 visa will be given to those who have done master from US. So you always get considered on priority to get H1 visa. And what we have seen, whosoever has gone, Professor Sani, to Florida, nobody has come back. And reason being, wonderful environment, work culture, good salaries, and we could see they are very much satisfied. And that is the reason, dear student, we have organized this session so that you all are going to get wonderful opportunities. So getting master in 5 years. From top university like University of Florida, it's a wonderful opportunity with lowest fees, which they're going to charge. So that is wonderful opportunity, and I'm sure that is the reason we have arranged this session so that when Professor Sani students are taking admission, parents are always having in mind which kind of company they are going to get, which kind of degree they are going to get, what placement or options are there. So that is the reason, dear students and parents, we have opened various pathways by which, based on your aspiration, your dream and desire, those pathway options are available to you at Bennett University. And as a university, we are always happy and we are always working hard, Professor Thani, to see that how our average salary of our undergraduate students can be increased. So these are the pathway which we have seen has really helped us to increase our average salary and place our students on global platform. Students who come in technology, they have a dream to go to US, work in IT companies directly. Even in India, we have very good placement, but kind of salary opportunity they are going to get out of B.Tech. And Indian brain is the best brain in the world. We have seen Indians are doing so good. So dear student, that was the purpose for this seminar. We have done it. If you have any question, you can type it on the chat box. If you have any question, I know there are few students, Professor Sani, we have called who are our freshmen, because they are still confused what to be. So we always suggest them go for a master's and get into the best country in the world so that you are best placed and best settled on the day one. So that is the purpose. Dear students, if you have any question, you can type. Priyanka, we can share the link for the feedback. I request all students to share
Yes,
their
sir,
feedback.
just for 2 minutes, I'm just opening the chat link. Then we are going
Yes.
to share the feedback link over there.
Yeah, there is a question I could see from Ruchit Kansal. I don't understand about certificate program. When we go, we can go, and can we go if we have chosen only B.Tech? Yes. If you have chosen B.Tech course, in that we are giving you a pathway to get master from University of Florida. So I'm sure all students which we have at the moment, they are undergraduate student. So even if you have not selected, this is an opportunity we are giving you so that you can go for this pathway, save 6 month duration, and can get a scholarship and relax in criteria. Otherwise, I know Professor Sani, students getting 320 GRE score is not so easy. It is so difficult. They spend 6 months of a duration, go for a coaching. Still, they are not in a position to get 320. But this is a unique pathway by which, at 305, you're going to get uh, into a master with the university, which is top 5 public university in US. Professor Sani, that's really nice to know that rank of University of Florida has been increased. And I know in Florida, if anybody works, taxes are also less because in US, many prefer to go to Florida because taxations are less. Yes.
Well, I guess Florida has many advantages And of course, there are also disadvantages of being in Florida. As you mentioned, Florida, there is no state income tax. If you go to a place like California, the state income tax may be like 9.5% of your income. And on top of that, there may be city taxes. So like in New York, you'll be paying a state income tax and a city tax. So that makes the taxation burden high. The cost of living is lower in Florida. The cost of housing is lower, and so on. But the downside to Florida, of course, is that the big companies happen to be in California. So if you want to work for Google, Amazon, and stuff, you need to be in California, or you need to be in the Seattle, Portland area, or you need to be in Northeast United States, maybe in the Massachusetts area, and so on. Okay. So
Yes.
it's a plus and minus with the shift towards a remote working. Quite a few of the people who are working with companies that are based in, say, California, have relocated to lower cost states, so they're still getting the higher salary from these companies, but working in places like California. In fact, 2 blocks from me, I have somebody who works for Microsoft. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's a question by Anshika. It's really nice. Professor Sahni, Anshika, she has just taken an admission. With her interest, she has joined this webinar to know the various unique pathway we are offering. Anshika, you are fresher. You have asked the question, when should I apply for exam like TOEFL and certificate program from semester in Bennett University? Anshika, TOEFL you can give it in the 7th semester, 6th semester, because it is valid for 2 years. So it will be good. You can give in 6th semester or 7th semester if you have decided for this pathway. And for certificate program, because this semester option at University of Florida, we are giving in 8th semester. So you'll be applying in 7th semester for that. And that time only you'll be getting F1 visa accordingly. So that's about, hope you got that answer. And
well, I guess just to add to that, for the certificate program, I really need to have the applications by the end of July or the first week of August.
yes,
And
right.
I know Bennett actually a couple of months ago sent me a list of students who were interested, and I kind of contacted back. We didn't have the full information, and I asked for a resend of the full information by the end of July, say. So hopefully I'll get your list of interested students at that time.
Yes, yes. No, Professor Sahni, that is the reason we have requested you for this webinar in June, so that there are many students and parents still they are not aware about this program. They don't understand this program in depth, and you're coming and telling all these details will definitely help them to take decision, and will ensure this time we'll have many more. Nipun and all our program coordinators, they are following with the parents, updating with a lot of queries they have. I'm sure we are going to have good feedback this time. An advantage, dear students, if you go in 8th semester, because when you go to US, master fees is always per credit is always half than master fees after graduation. So you're going to get 50% less and even more than that, as Professor Sahni has told. Professor Sahni, there is student asking transport. You can also tell about transport. It is free in university. If they are in Florida.
Oh, right. So when you come here, if you're coming the certificate program or even for the master's program, you will have to get a University of Florida ID card. There is a cost to that card. It's about $15 to get the University of Florida ID card. With that ID card, you can use the bus system in the city of Gainesville for free.
Yes.
And usually students stay in apartments that are near a bus stop. So you would walk to the nearest bus stop and then take the bus into campus.
Yes. Yes. We have seen students who have gone in the past. accommodation is very cheap at Greenswell. I could see a student in a group, let's say if they've taken 4 room, 2 room jointly, which are going in group, is costing $300-350 per month. And it is very cost effective. I could see cost is so less. Even in India, they may, if they go for those kind of accommodation, they may have to pay more. So it's very cost effective, which I could see students who have gone. So that's perfect. I'm just going through if there is any question. Yes. So
So
that's
there's a
perfect.
question for the scholarship, I believe, that one of the students has asked,
Yeah.
like, what is the criteria of scholarship? Like, if you can elaborate so a little on
Professor,
this.
this $4,500 scholarship, which I have also mentioned, they're asking the criteria.
Right. So at present, all international students who are admitted into the College of Engineering, which is where we are located, are being given a $4,500 scholarship for the master's program.
Yes.
So if you get admitted into the program, you will get that scholarship unless the university changes that policy.
Right. So that's a wonderful option. If 1,500 you get in a semester could be, you can consider your accommodation is free, where I could see tuition fees which comes per semester is around $10,500 after bachelor. And if they get 1,500, so effective will be around 9,000 plus other expenses, whatsoever it comes as per as insurance and other will be extra. So it's a very cost effective, and I could see based on my feedback partnership which we have with US University, University of Florida tuition fees is one of the lowest. Professor Sani, what I could see, and it's very cost effective without compromising having 2,000-acre campus, world-class infrastructure, labs, and wonderful link with top placements. And even a student who has gone there well placed.
Right, that's an accurate statement. The tuition for engineering programs at the University of Florida is less than half of that at comparable schools in other states. Part of the reason, of course, is that all universities in the state of Florida have been under a tuition freeze for at least the last 7-8 years. So the state government hasn't allowed us to raise the tuition.
Yes, that's a wonderful opportunity. Dear students, many of you, I know they were having aspiration to go to IIT. They could not get into bachelor, but going to Florida will be more than IIT, which I could see. I've seen their campus, world-class infrastructure. So your dream, which for a bachelor could not be fulfilled, you can go for University of Florida, get the best unique pathway, saving 6 months. And even I always say if they have saved 6 months of their master duration, where 6 month cost in US is around $40,000. So this program is almost free. If you could save 6 month duration of your master by this unique pathway, and I'm sure many of you will take full advantage of this pathway, get settled into the best company. On the day one, you are best settled. What I have seen in past alumni who has gone, we will also share their numbers, their contact details. You can talk to them, take their mentorship. And I could see professor student feedback of your subject is amazing. They really enjoyed your subject of algorithm. I remember many students, few you have taken as a coder also, so they could get few dollars from you to be part of your teaching learning process, doing coding, doing grading, something like that. Yes.
Right. Many have become graders after taking the class. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best part, Professor. In India, it's very difficult for us. We don't have such system where students are supported giving job. But in US, dear students, such options are there where along with your study, you can work for 20 hours. You'll be paid $10 to $15 per hour based on the rate, based on the jobs you are going to do. And if you do well, even in masters, if you are good in research, you can join PhD programs also. So a lot of unique pathways are available in US for you. And that is the reason this webinar lecture series has been organized. And Professor, I have also announced all the students that whosoever will be attending will give the certificate of participation so that they can share on a social media and can keep that as a record. Thank you, Professor Sani. There are a few more, but dear student, if you have any query, you can directly write to Professor Sani. I'm sure from his busy schedule, he'll still try to reply your emails. I'm sure you have taken his email ID also. Otherwise, Nipun, we can also type in the chat box if it is there. Otherwise, uh, they can they might have taken already, and we'll share his email ID also, so that if you have any query, your parents still have any query, can contact them. But it's a wonderful opportunity, wonderful pathway, which makes you highly successful, which you may not be dreaming and desiring for. So thank you, Professor Surtaj Sahni, to be with us, uh, to always be with us, with our students. Students who are in University of Florida, they always enjoy uh, be there. And Florida is one of wonderful state our student has enjoyed. So thank you very much, Professor Sahni, and we look forward. We look forward to see that maximum student this time they go and take these pathway. I was talking to Nipun, Rakshita, my program coordinator, that try to send maximum student because these are very unique pathway by which, you
Yes.
know, if they get a master degree from what top university, which they always dream, at very effective, cost effective options. These are wonderful options. So dear student, with this, Professor Sani, thank you very much, and thanks to all the audience for spending their valuable time to be with us. Thank you. There are a few parents also. Thank you to all the parents to be with us. And I'm sure this session which we have organized, it is just to let you know kind of activities which we are doing at Bennett University to ensure your best learning experience, not nationally, internationally also. And that is the purpose. We have a strong team of international relation and corporate outreach who are working day and night and ensuring that you get the best learning experience, you get the best job, not nationally, internationally also. And thank you very much for all the team members. And thank you, Priyanka, Rakshita, Nipun,
Thank you
and
so
all
much,
team
sir.
members to be with us on a very special session. A student who has missed will share this link with all the students so that they can go through the offerings and they can take advantage of this unique offering and pathway which we have offered uh, as per NEP 2020, which Government of India has announced, by which students can go as a part of program in undergraduate program can earn further degrees. And US always considered as the best IT market, best IT companies are in US. So we look forward to see many more of you to be in US. So thank you very much to all the participants. Wish you all the best. Have a great learning ahead. Thank you, Professor Satasani, once again, and look forward to see you in India soon. Whenever you're coming, we'll have your face-to-face session with
Yeah,
them.
surely. And thanks for the opportunity. And I look forward to all the Bennett students coming here, both coming January. There'll be several coming here in August for the master's program and so on.
Yes, thank you, Professor Sani. And I always say there are two persons in life when student get best job are always happy. One is teacher, second is parent. So that is the reason we are organizing such sessions so that our students should get the best. We don't need anything. We will only take the tuition fees for which you have made a commitment. Rest, we want to do our level best to ensure you are best settled as per your dream and desire. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, Priyanka, everyone, and you can uh, and student,
Thank
you
you,
might
sir.
have
Thank
given
you
your
so
feedback.
much for conducting this wonderful session for our students. Thank you, Professor Surtaj Sahni, for explaining all the pathways to our students. Once again, I thank all the guests, our coordinators, our international coordinators to be the part of such a wonderful sessions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And we
Thank
always say
you. Thank
preparing
you.
India to move with times. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.